Let's talk about the Purge. This potentially be a thing that happens. Man, as much as I hate to say it, maybe, we don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't, just as much as you. If you don't know the story of the Purge, watch the movie. The idea of the Purge is that imagine if all crime was legal for 12 hours. That is absolutely insane. All crime completely legal for 12 hours. In the story of the Purge, they do it to lower the unemployment rate and crime. This video is not about will that work. This video is about how close are we and how scary the idea of the Purge. Technically, maybe it could be a thing one day where one president could just come out, make a whole law about this, and the idea is maybe this could be a thing. It's a scary thought when you think about it. It really is. Think about it. 12 hours. 12 hours of just straight sheer pandemonium. That's the best way to put it. You have to survive. You can't trust nobody. What would you do in the Purge if it was to be a thing? Imagine that they had a specific date for it every single year. That you would really have to figure out ways to survive. Scenarios for the upcoming year. You surviving in this city, town, would you go off the grid? What strategies do you think would be the best? Obviously, probably just leave the country. If it really was to be a purge here, I think the best strategy you could do, leave the country. I mean, we're not talking about a worldwide purge. We're talking about for the people who live in the U.S., the best strategy I could think of is time for a vacation. You know, you only got to leave the U.S. for 12 hours, so not that bad. First problem that we have about the Purge is the strategy of if you just stayed home during the Purge, what would happen? Well, if you stay home during the Purge, they're going to kick down your door. And I mean, bullets only go so far. So even if you was to try and defend your family, you can't defend your family from everybody. That's crazy. So that's completely out of the scenario. You can't use that as a real actual excuse, especially if you live in a city. If you live more of in a rural area or maybe an area that's not so urban, and if you live in the countryside, even the boondocks, anything like that, you might be okay. You could probably handle a few people, pop the few neighbors that you got, and, you know, live your life like nothing ever happened, I suppose. Second option is that you could leave the country. That'd probably be the easiest and safest one. If you know that the Purge is going to happen on, I don't know, the dates, August 12th. Let's say August 12th, the Purge happens. Oh, just take a trip. You know, go to Canada, go to Mexico for 12 hours. Boom. Get a passport way before the Purge happens. For the people who's going to be stuck here, though, that is where it gets real grimy. When we definitely have to talk about the insurance companies. Think about people who have house insurance, homeowners insurance, car insurance, insurance on anything, even from boats. How would that equate to what's happening in the Purge? You see what I mean? People are going to be stealing things. People are going to be destroying other people's property, not without really a care in the world since crime is legal anyway. So how does the insurance company, will there be, I feel like they would have to make like an insurance company separate just for Purge. You see what I mean? It'd be like the Purge insurance. I don't know how that would work, but we're thinking, this is why we're doing the video. We're thinking about how this would really work. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't even care. Maybe it's just your fault. You know, maybe not live in the U.S. Maybe that you see, I don't know what the real goal of it is, but there's a lot of repercussions that they haven't actually talked about in the Purge. But it's interesting to think of the psychological trauma that would actually happen involving the Purge at the same time. Just the sheer fact that people are going to participate in such a thing. And then, like, if you watch your neighbors destroy other people's homes and houses and even destroy children's livelihoods because they took part in the Purge, you watch this happen. How can you trust your neighbor after you watch stuff happen like this? You see what I mean? The trust goes away. Oh, I'll see you. Yeah, I watched what you did last Purge, Mr. Johnson. Like, Mr. Johnson probably destroyed multiple people's families, and you just happened to see it, but you didn't do anything about it. Yo, it could go crazy. It's tough. What would you do during the Purge? What can you do? My option, you have to leave. I'm leaving way before it even starts, just in case they move the dates. Just in case they're like, you know what, we're gonna start the purge today. It's a country, but you see, it's a. You never know when they could change the dates, and that would probably be the scariest thing for me. That whole entire month, I'm not even gonna live wherever we are. Like, I'm not living in the U.S. for the whole month of purge month. You never know when it starts. That's a cool premise also. What if there was a month of purge, but you didn't know when it started? The sirens just go off, but you never know when it happens. There is no date. It's just in the month of August, at any point in time, whenever the sirens go off, 12 hours. Will we? Psychological trauma of the purge, like after the events, like let's say we all go through the purge the first time. I don't think a lot of us would stay in the U.S. if that was going to become the normal. That's crazy to think. You wouldn't even want to stay here. You know, especially if you got some money. If you got a little bit of money, we're going to figure out we're going to go to Ghana or something. This is crazy. If you could survive that first one, oh my gosh. Imagine the psychological damage, not only to you, to the children, to the damn dog even. My God. We're not staying here. Oh no, it's got to change that year. Or I'm out. I mean, you would be with me. If we ain't staying, this is crazy. That would be absolutely nuts. Say I give the idea of the purge at least a solid 7 to 8. The idea of it's really cool. But at the same time, I don't think it could really recover from the repercussions of after the first purge. Shit would change drastically in just a few hours. So crazy. You know what I mean? Like, even from doctors, nurses, like people who's going to enforce certain laws on who can and who cannot be, you know what I mean? Purged would be the word that we're going to say here. You know what I mean? Who would enforce that? Because I know that they say that they have rules. Certain people cannot be targeted during the purge. Who's stopping that? You're not going to stop crime even after the purge ends. How does that work? Oh, back to work. The first shifters of any job. Oh, I know I was just at the purge. Like, how do you explain that to your boss, too? Oh, I'm late. I'm not even in the state where the purge started. I'm just going to let you know I'm going to be a little late, my guy, because they had a purge yesterday. I know you took part in that also. Yeah, I'm going to be late. I'm not coming to McDonald's. I'm not there. I'm in Vermont. Sorry to tell you. You see what I mean? Like, no, people will miss work just because the purge ended because, oh, Mr. Jonathan went out and destroyed a lot of people's livelihoods. Also, Mr. Johnson got bopped himself, so he's not coming to work. Like, it would collapse crazy. The 7-Eleven workers wouldn't even be coming in. They probably got bopped first. Crazy to think of. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't even want to be at work. Do you quit your job? Do you still keep your job after the purge if you survive? You see what I mean? Like, if you survived it, but you couldn't come into work, who gets fired? Who doesn't? You see? Like, it's funny to think of. But I will see you all in the next one. I just wanted to talk about this because I actually just seen the movie recently, and I'm actually going on my purge thing. I'm watching all the movies. So I will see you all in the next one. Let me know whatever other crazy premises we should talk about here. Any other movies that I should watch and maybe do a little smaller review on. I will see you in the next one.